Hey, this is Anthony Cesare with SuccessForYourSongs.com, and in this video we're going to be looking at a few forgotten types of paying gigs that you can start booking for your music. I'm going to be playing a clip for you of an interview I did with Nancy Moran of the site AzaleaMusic.com, who has a lot of great thoughts on this topic. So check it out here, and if you like what you see, please like the video, leave a comment, or subscribe. Thanks. Yeah, so what are a couple of examples maybe of something that's more outside the box? Are you talking about something that could be like a house concert that a fan hosts or something like that?
Yeah, sure. House concerts are big, big, big. That was sort of one of the first ways that I got into some of these other alternative kind of venues. House concerts are alive and well. And if somebody doesn't know what a house concert is, it's exactly what it sounds like.
Right.
It's playing in someone's living room, more than likely, or on their deck or wherever. And when they started, people were like, what? That sounds ridiculous. But here's the thing. I've actually played at a house concert before where there were 75 people in the audience. They were all like paying so much attention, it was almost scary to me. You know, they were like hanging on every single word. Nobody said a thing. There was no smoke. There were no drunk people. You know, and they were
Sounds
there.
like an ideal coffee house kind of situation.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's like a listening room to an extreme, you know. And what they love about it is there's no smoke and no drunk people, and they don't have to drive downtown or, you know, whatever it is that they don't like about going out to hear music. But they're all there to hear the music, to meet the artist. So I almost always made more money from the gig because usually whatever comes in the door goes to the artist. I almost always sold more CDs. I know I'm dating myself. Nobody even knows what a CD is today, but yet I sold more of them, and I probably still would if I did them, because my audience, I think, still listens to CDs.
Right.
So, you know, I could easily do a house concert and make $800 to $1,000, whereas if I played a coffee house, I was lucky if I made $150.
Right.
You know, to me, that was like a no-brainer. Some of the weirder gigs are, well, I mentioned Jana Stanfield, who does like speaking engagements and things like that. So there are associations and corporations. I mention associations because people think of corporate gigs, right? Sometimes for speaking, but there's an association for absolutely everything. As when I was with the Four Bitchin' Babes, we did a gig once in New Orleans for, I wish I could remember the actual name of the event, but it was basically an entire conference for people who do pest control. I'm not kidding. It was like Pest World or something was the name of the event. And we were the entertainment for a luncheon for the wives. We were the spouse program, you know, and this happens all the time because pest control people are generally speaking male. But they're traveling to a place like New Orleans. So they're bringing their wives along because there's a lot to do. During the day, all of the men are in their little workshops or whatever, you know, and the women don't have anything to do. So a lot of these events will hold a spouse program. And that's what we did. We were the entertainment for the spouses. And honestly, it was a great gig. It was a totally great gig. We had a lot of fun. And there's a zillion things out there. There's associations for, I don't know, pick a subject. I know a guy who was a chimney sweep, and they had chimney sweep conventions. You know, I mean, it's crazy. So, and a lot of people think that, you know, well, why would my music go over there? Well, there's a number of different reasons. First of all, if it's something that you're passionate about, if it's just like a hobby or something that you do, there's probably an association for that. And your music doesn't even have to have anything to do with that thing. It's just that you have a connection. You understand what it is that they're doing, and you understand the hobby. And so you're the entertainment simply because you guys have that in common, you know?
Yeah. I think that's a good point, because if you're thinking about what your genre is, a lot of times people don't even want to do that with their music.
Right.
But not only should you be defining what your music is, but then what kind of cultures, you know, is it related to? Like if you're a punk band or something, you know, that ties into like skate culture and stuff like that. So you could be looking for, like you're talking about, conventions that have to deal with that, and they may be looking for your type of music, and then that's a gig that you never would have thought of in the first place, you know?
Totally. And I'm telling you, these types of events can pay big money. They have big money coming in, and they can pay big money. So, let's see what else. You know, a lot of people I know are playing at retirement homes, nursing homes, retirement communities. I mean, you know, they're building entire communities now for people 55 and older, right? And so it's not necessarily just nursing homes that people are playing. And again, people are like, oh, nursing homes, they don't have any money. Sorry, but they do. They do. They have to entertain these people constantly, pretty much every day. That's why they have activities going all the time. And you know, they're a really appreciative audience. And you can make a decent living. I have a friend who lives in Pennsylvania, and this is what he does a lot. And at Christmas time, he has so many gigs that it practically pays for him for the year. You know, he'll sometimes do more than one event during the day. And that's the other thing about nursing home kind of gigs, is they're daytime gigs usually. So you could do a couple of gigs during the day and look at that as your day job, playing music. And then at night you can do other music. So because the one thing about nursing home kind of gigs is they're usually, not always, but usually cover gigs.
Right.
And so that's what trips up some people. You know, I don't want to play cover music. I want to do my own music. That's great. I understand it. It's awesome. Do your own music, but you can do the cover gig during the day. I mean, what would you rather do if you're going to have a day job per se? What would you rather do? Would you rather play music as your day job, or would you rather work at Home Depot?
Yeah, and it's not like you can't work those covers into your, you know, your own writing gigs later on. You usually, you know, tie a couple covers into those other gigs anyway. So it'd be nice to have a repertoire that you can pull from. You know? And
vice versa. Just because you're doing covers at the nursing home, my guess is you have a song or two that would probably fit in. You know, something that's sweet and sensitive, or something that has a good beat to it, sounds like some of the songs that they do. You know, I don't know, any number of things. So you can cross-pollinate. So, you know, there's all kinds of things. There's schools and libraries. One of my favorite examples was a guy who, I don't know if he's still doing it, but you can look him up. His name is Terry Prince, and he played on the Santa Monica Pier in California. And he just, you know, took his keyboard out there and played and sold CDs. And he sold, I'm going to get the numbers wrong, but in an 18-month period, I believe he sold 15,000 CDs. Pretty sure that, yeah, that's the way it worked out. Wow. So if you figure, let's figure $10 for a CD just to make the math easy.
Yeah. That's
$150,000 in CD sales in an 18-month period of time. All right. So that's not millions, but I don't know about you. I would be okay with making $150,000 in sales in an 18-month period. So, you know.
Yeah.
So it's this type of thing that I'm talking about, is just taking what you do and tweaking it ever so slightly and thinking a little bit outside the box to find places that you can take your music where it doesn't seem it's so much of a struggle.
Where can people find out more about you, that kind of thing, before we sign off?
So Azalea Music is my main website. It's AZALEA, like the flower, music.com. But if anybody is interested in the booking course, you can get to that directly by going to ultimatebookingandtouring.com. It's all spelled out, even the word and.
And I'll put links to that stuff below so people can get to it easily. Okay, so I hope you found that information useful. If you're looking for more tips about improving your live performances, I've got a couple of cheat sheets that are going to help you out with that. So just tap on the screen right here to grab those. Also, if you haven't yet subscribed to this YouTube channel, you can tap on the button here to do that now, and also put links below this video for that stuff as well. So thanks again for checking this out. I'll talk to you in the next one. Take care.